So Joe Biden, his electoral college victory has officially been certified. It is over. We're just playing the waiting game until inauguration day at this point. But there cannot be any more challenges. There cannot be any more lawsuits. What's done is done. It doesn't matter what happens from this point forward. Donald Trump is out on January 20th at noon Eastern. Joe Biden is in. Now, having said that, what took place on Wednesday evening, late evening, in the halls of Congress, even after the halls of Congress had been raided by crazed Trump supporters, you still had a couple hundred Republicans, little under 200, let's be honest, little under 200 together, who still objected to election results in the states of Arizona and Pennsylvania, in spite of the fact that there was zero evidence of any kind of widespread voter fraud or any voter fraud at all. I hate when people say widespread vote. There was no voter fraud, let alone widespread. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to amplify right now a piece from Common Dreams. Jake Johnson, staff writer at Common Dreams, they put together a list of the names of every single Republican who voted to not certify these states, the ones from the House and the ones from the Senate. Here are the ones from the House. This is Arizona first. That is a massive list. This is 121 Republicans who voted against certifying the results from Arizona. Then we go to Pennsylvania. 138 Republicans objected to the certification of the Electoral College votes from Pennsylvania. Here's the names. And if you don't want to read them off the screen, the link is in the description of this video. So go to Common Dreams and you can check it out there. And then, of course, these were just the House members. Then we have the Senate members, the 6 Senate Republicans who voted to reject Arizona's electoral votes. You had Cruz, Hawley, Hyde-Smith, Kennedy, Marshall, Tuberville. 7 Republicans who voted to reject Pennsylvania's electoral votes: Cruz, Hawley, Hyde-Smith, Lummis, Marshall, Scott, Tuberville. Now, what's interesting about those low numbers in the Senate is Ted Cruz had initially put together a gaggle of 11 other senators, so total of a dozen. The dirty dozen. Hey, that works out perfectly for him. They didn't even get to a dozen because some of those Republicans saw what happened during Wednesday and they said, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of it. And that's also why the House numbers, they were supposed to have at least 140 Republicans, why they didn't hit that. A couple Republicans looked at it and said, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. This is utter insanity. I'm not going to do it. But these monsters, these seditious bastards, they saw what happened that day. They saw that they had to go running for cover back to their offices, and they still went into that joint session and said, you know what, I'm going to cause more of this. I'm going to stoke the flames even more because that's the kind of person I am. These are their names. Bookmark that list, that link from Common Dreams, bookmark it and save it forever if you have to. Save it until every single one of these Republicans is no longer holding any kind of public office whatsoever. They should never be allowed to forget what they did. And Ted Cruz had the audacity on Thursday to go on Twitter and attack Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez because she called him out for doing this. And he says, you're a liar. We have the right to challenge if we think. You do, Ted, you do. Okay? You do not have the right to throw up a bogus challenge that you know is fraudulent just so you can appease Trump's base. Oh, sure, technically that's not mentioned in the rules that you can't do it if it's fraudulent, but you know damn well, Ted, that what you did was fraudulent. You knew there was no evidence to support any of your claims, but you want to secure that disgusting gaggle of monsters as your base for your 2024 presidential bid. You deserve those people, and they will forever be a stain on the legacy of the Republican Party, and hopefully their actions may be the beginning of the end of the Republican Party as we know it.